Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're here with another What Sold video, and this was a pretty good week, coming off the back of an almost $1,100 week. This one turned out alright. This was from March 31st to April 6th, and total sales ended up being $934.55. It was a little bit higher than that, but right before filming this video on a Tuesday morning, my sales go up until Saturday. I waited till today to film this. Somebody just didn't pay for an order. So there was an N64 game that was like $27 or something. They didn't pay for it, so after 4 days, I had to cancel, which is unfortunate and a little bit annoying, but oh well. All right, $934.55 in sales. So total income after fees from that would be $726.11. And a net profit of $494.53. So almost the same amount of profit as last week. The margin is up a little bit to 52.6% this week. And 15 items sold on eBay. Poshmark, another great week, 22 items. And we did make a Facebook Marketplace sale as well. So let's get into the items. First up was Banjo-Kazooie for N64. So this came out of my own personal collection, no buy cost. So I sold it for $37.99 and ended up making about $30.78 after all fees and whatnot. Little two-piece bundle going on Poshmark. This was a new with tag Lane Bryant bootcut pants. Would have paid $7.88 for these. They sold for $22.80 because the bundle went for $45.60. And the other item was Knox Rose XL pink top. And again, this one was a $22.80, we'll call it selling price, but this one only cost $6.33 as a shirt. So altogether, a buy cost of $14.21, a selling price of $45.60, meaning a profit of $22.27. Sold this Molson Canadian beer cooler bag. So this was kind of cool. This was a random pickup I saw on a coupon day or a discount day, I think at Value Village. I paid $2.75 for this. Took a while to sell, a few months, but it did sell on eBay for $24.99. The buyer paid $9.84 shipping. I did have to cover almost $3 extra on that because I didn't have the weight entered correctly once I boxed it up and stuff, but that's okay. I covered $3. I made $15.27 in profit on that. This Knox Rose pink floral top, paid $6.33. It sold for $17 on eBay. I covered the shipping, the letter mail shipping on this. Didn't make a whole lot of money, about $3.57, but that's all right. These Nuitags Nasty Gal drawstring pants. I've had these for a long time, as you can tell from that photo. I think these probably would have sold sooner and for more money had I actually been taking good photos back in the day, but whatever. My buy cost on that was $6.46. I just let it go for $10. So the flat fee of $3.95 on Poshmark. I actually lost 41 cents, but the other way of looking at that is that I made back $6.05 of my initial buy cost, so it wasn't a complete waste. All right, we got this Harley Big Moose Maine 4XL men's shirt. Paid $5.46 for this. I took an offer. I sold it for $15 plus $5 shipping. End of the day, I made about $4.82, so not quite a double up, but a little two-piece J. Jill bundle going out on Poshmark. This was a J. Jill red houndstooth pants in a size 24. Excuse me, I paid $7.88 for these, and the bundle went for $49, so we'll call it a $24.50 sale price. These J. Jill linen stretch beige pants in a 24 as well. Same deal, $7.88 buy cost, $24.50 sale price. So I made $23.44 in profit on that little bundle. These Eileen Fisher black pants in a size 18 to 20. There was no size tag, but just with the measurement range, that's kind of what I was thinking it was, so that's what I listed. And obviously I disclosed there's no no size tag, so this is what I'm measuring. Please see the measurements in the pics. Paid $7.88 for that. Sold it on Poshmark for 20 bucks and made $7.12. Little two-piece bundle also on Poshmark was this Torrid half-button gold roll tab sleeve top. Would have paid $6.33. Bundle went for $50, so a $25 sale price on this one. And then this Eileen Fisher purple top in a 1X, and same deal, $6.33 buy cost, $25 sale price. So made $27.34 on that bundle. This North Face A5 series kind of brown and gold hoodie or sweater. This was a Poshmark sale. I paid $6 for this and sold it for $35 with some discounted shipping, so there was $10.96 in fees. I made $18.04, but I also made another $33 US, because when I picked this up, obviously I didn't check the pockets when I picked it up and when I photographed it and stuff, but before I actually mail things out, I always like double check the pockets and everything just to make sure. But I was kind of folding it up and I felt something a little bit kind of just hard. It almost felt like a rectangular tag in the pocket. I was like, that's weird. Reached in, it was $33 US, so it's like another $45 Canadian, so that's pretty sweet. Worst case scenario, I would have mailed it out and not noticed, and nice bonus for my Poshmark buyer, but fortunately for me, I got that one for myself. All right, this Torrid dark brown floral dress, paid $7.99, and it sold for $29 on Poshmark with discounted shipping, so made $11.25. And we have this Eileen Fisher kind of gray blouse, paid $6.33, sold it for $24 on Poshmark, made $12.87. This Knox Rose gray long sleeve lace trim tunic. Oh, excuse me, it is the morning, and boy, I am doing some talking here and working some yawns out of my system. So anyway, this Knox Rose tunic, paid $7.48. Sold it for $20 on eBay plus shipping. I made $9.03. This Wii Guitar Hero Sunburst guitar. So I paid $5.75 for this, and I actually put this one on auction. This one regularly sells for between $50 and $60, but I wanted to just get some money back quicker. So I put it at auction and started it at $39.99, because that's definitely like still a good price for a buyer, and something I was happy with for paying under $6 for it. And yeah, got a bid, so did that, and ended up making about $20 on that one, all said and done after fees and shipping and stuff. All right, this vintage 1998 David Bowie shirt. This is one that had sold a couple of months ago, but the buyer never paid, so it did resell. I paid $5.46 for it. It sold for $43 on eBay plus shipping, so I made $29.19. This Eileen Fisher New York white linen blend top, paid $5.46, and it sold for $30 on eBay plus shipping, so I made $19.74. These IKEA shelves, had two of these new and sealed shelves, and I think we had gotten these, oh yeah, we had gotten these at either a little thrift store or a yard sale or something for $1.50 a piece. So I paid $3 for these and sold them for $15, but it's so funny because I had a message from somebody on Facebook Marketplace saying like, oh wow, you're ripping people off. I can't believe you'd leave that price tag on your photo. Apparently I left the $1.50 price tag. It was small or something in one of my photos. I mean, whatever, you know, these shelves would normally sell for like $10 a piece, plus taxes and all the rest, and plus you'd have to go to IKEA to get them. So, I mean, it's not ripping someone off, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that's what they cost, I don't even remember where we got these, which is true. But, you know, this is still a good deal for anybody who wants them. She's like, I was going to buy them, but once I see that you're ripping people off, it's like, all right, whatever, lady. Anyway, I went back and I got a little bit snarky. I was like, I hope you go into Walmart and the grocery store and the gas station and literally everywhere else and tell them that you want to buy things at their cost, because otherwise they're ripping you off. And then she said that she would pray for me, so in hopes that they would sell. Well, they sold the next day, so haha, lady. Anyway, they sold the next day for $15. I made $12 and ripped someone off entirely and ruined the world. So that was that. There's my little story time rant. So, all right, these LL Bean Army Green hiking pants. I paid $7.88 for these. They sold on eBay for $20 plus shipping. I made $7.78. New Tags Knox Rose Crimson Flare Sleeve Top. Paid $6.33, sold for $27.99. And I did cover the letter mail to send this out here in Canada, so I made $12.29, all said and done. These torrid floral pants with like this crane or heron pattern and a wide leg 4X. I paid $7.88 for these, and they sold for $26 on Poshmark. There were some discounted shipping on that, so I made $8.96. This Reebok NFL Randy Moss jersey. This sold on Poshmark for $49. I had paid $7.48 for it. It sold pretty quickly. $49 with discounted shipping. I made $31.72. This vintage Eileen Fisher brown blazer. I paid $7.48 and it sold for $25 on Poshmark. I made $12.52 in profit on that. This new with tags J. Jill flared sleeve pale blue top. I paid $5.46 and it sold for $27 on eBay plus shipping, so I cleared $16.33. This pair of Athleta Sculptec gray jeans in a size 6. Again, old listing, poor photos. Athleta's not the brand I thought it was. I would have paid $7.19 for these, you know, a year and a half ago or something. They sold on Poshmark for $15 with discounted shipping, so I lost 10 cents. But I did earn back $7.09 of my original investment and only lost 10 cents. So I'm happy with that. Got a little 4-piece bundle of Harley Davidson shirts going out, a couple of women's and a couple of men's. We've got this Harley Space Coast Florida tee. I would have paid $5.46 for all of these, or each rather, and the bundle went for $80, so $20 each that they sold for. The next is the Harley Zebra patterned tee in a women's whatever size. I don't have it written down here. And then the first men's one is this Boston 4XL, and then we've got a St. Paul, Minnesota 4XL. So yeah, total buy cost was $21.84. Sold the bundle for $80, and that means the profit on that was $38.23. And I see that I skipped one for some reason. Somehow I skipped this. This is the Patagonia Cinchilla Snap Tee Aztec pattern in a size small. I paid $7.48 for this, and it sold same day as listed for $55 on Poshmark, so I made $36.52. The reason why I only sold it for $55, I actually had it listed for $66, but offer went out for $55, or someone sent me an offer for $55, is because there was a very small hole on the back right where the fabric met like the little hemline, so very small hole. This did sell regularly for between like $90 and $110 on eBay, but I wanted to move it quick, recoup some of my buy cost on you know, a couple of very large purchases that I'd made, so sold it quickly for $55, $36 profit. I'm more than happy with that. And sold this vintage Juicy Couture ombre hoodie in a size large. I've had this for a while. I had it listed for like $35 or something. I paid $7.48 for it. Someone on Poshmark asked if I would do $20 and actually drop my price to that so they'd get the closet clear out discounted shipping. And I was like, yeah, I've had this for long enough, so I did it. And I mean, I made $8.52. It was more than a double up, so good enough. Another pair of New With Tags Nasty Gal jeans this time, but another New With Tags Nasty Gal pants sold, which is weird because I've had both of these for so long and then they both sold within a week. But I paid $3.40 for these ones and sold them on Poshmark for $12 to be rid of them. I actually made $4.65. Here's a big one, and big sarcastically. This Vineyard Vines men's Tucker shirt in a size large. Again, old listing, crappy photos. I paid $6.03 for this however long ago. It sold for $10 plus shipping on eBay, and I had actually entered the weight by a little bit, so I ended up making 3 cents on this. So I picked this shirt up more than a year ago and made 3 cents. That is not a good return on investment. This New With Tags Joe Thornton San Jose Sharks t-shirt, I paid $5.46 for this probably about a month ago. Sold it for $19.99 plus shipping on eBay, and so I made $11.20 on that. This Carhartt moss taupe sort of color jeans in a 48-30. I actually had 2 pairs of these identical. in very similar condition. So I was able to do a multi-quantity listing, and someone bought one of these for $22. I paid $7.88 for these and sold for $22 plus shipping. So I ended up making about $7, $8 on these. Fees are higher in Canada, so not huge money, but moved one pretty quickly. And then the last item for this week was this torrid black floral embroidered top, and this sold pretty quickly. I paid $6.33 for it, sold it on eBay for $20 plus shipping, and made $10.57. So yeah, good week, over 900 bucks, just about $500 of that is net profit, but more importantly, cash flow, actual income coming from these sales is $726, so really can't complain about that. I did have somebody just reach out to me yesterday. They initiated a return request, and I have returns turned off. Obviously, if somebody opens something up like as an item not as described or whatever, then I'm going to be forced to take the return or deal with it. But I do have returns turned off because I put size and measurements and everything in my listing. They said that the North Face jacket, or like hooded jacket that they bought, didn't fit, that the sleeves were really big or something like that. They looked perfectly proportionate to me. I did immediately decline the return request and said, hey, measurements were in the pics and in the listing, and per my business policies, I don't accept returns. But then they messaged me again this morning and said, hey, I would really like to be able to return this. The sleeves are just not going to work for me, and it's a shame, blah blah blah. So anyway, I wasn't able to go in and reopen the return request and actually accept it, but I told them, all right, you mail it back to me in the same condition when I receive it. We've got it on record here in the messages, so eBay would back you up on it. I'll refund you the cost of the item when I get it back. They probably don't realize it's going to cost something like $20 or more to send it back to me. Maybe when they realize that, they won't end up sending it back. I don't know, but in any case, they reached out. Yeah, I don't accept returns, but in this case where they actually asked nicely about it, yeah, sure, I will. I'm not really out anything. I'll have to refund the cost of the jacket itself, like $45 or something like that, but that's okay. All right, so that is that. Another good week. This week's off to a very slow start, so I don't know if it's because of people already spent their income tax refund money, or they were too busy spending money to go spend time in an Airbnb closer to the eclipse. But yeah, wow, it's been a slow weekend at start to the week, but we'll see what happens. All right, that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.